Hello, everybody. This is Ray Renati, and you have reached Green Room on Air. But you know that because you chose to listen to this podcast. Guess what, everyone? I'm in France, the country of Parlez-vous français? Oh boy, yeah. I've been here many, many times because this is where my wife's family is from. I'm in a small town called Jouy-en-Josas, which is right outside of Versailles, where my wife and I were married many years ago in the palace, well, right next to the palace of Versailles, because my father-in-law was the mayor, and he married us, and I felt like I was going to a political event, which I was, and then our reception for the wedding was in the Trianon Palace, which is an very expensive hotel right next to the palace, where they signed the Treaty of Versailles. That's right. So nobody listening to this can top that. That's for darn sure. Yeah, so we're here today. I'm getting over my jet lag. Went and visited Claude Monet's house in Giverny today. Amongst the hundreds of tourists, we saw all the beautiful flowers, the lilies which inspired him to make his most famous painting, and the store where they sell all the souvenirs. We had an aperitif in the afternoon and in the sunshine, and it was so beautiful. His house is incredible. I loved it. It's full of art. It's full of a lot of the copies of his original art. His main office is exactly as he had it. He had his art all over the walls, and he had his desk, and it's exactly as he had it. I saw a photograph of him standing in that room, and they replicated it perfectly, and that was exciting. Although I realize all the paintings there are copies because they're all masterpieces and they're all in museums somewhere, so that's okay. We had a great time. I'm going to go visit my friend John Romano in Paris tomorrow. And he and I acted in a Sam Shepard play many years ago called True West, perhaps my favorite Sam Shepard play of all time, where we were brothers. I was Lee and he was Austin, and it was awesome. I also had to direct that show. I directed it and acted in it, which is the only time I've done that. I had to because there was an emergency. The guy playing Lee had to leave, or I had to make him leave. We won't get into that. And I ended up having to do the part, which was great. Loved it. Wasn't that hard for me to learn because I had done most of the scenes in acting classes in the past, so it all came back to me pretty quickly. It was a lot of fun. And also, there's a company called Theater in Paris, which puts on French shows, but makes sure that English speakers can understand it by putting English super titles as if it were an opera. You know, operas always have the super titles put electronically near the stage, and they do that here if it's necessary. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing something they're doing in Paris. I've gone and seen their shows in the past, and they're wonderful, and I hope I can do it again this time, and I hope I can also get an interview with the people who run the place. I've tried before, but they didn't answer me. So maybe this time they will, and I can interview them even while I'm here. That would be so cool, and put that up on the Green Room website. Yes, I'm also going to go to Portugal and visit my friend Ed Hooks, who was one of my early acting teachers and who is now the go-to person in the world for teaching acting to animators. He's been on my podcast a couple of times as a guest, and I am going to go visit him in Portugal next week. I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to Portugal. I do not know how to speak Portuguese, and I will be fumbling around Portugal and Spain. Never been to either one of those countries. Yes. What a great opportunity this is. I don't have a lot for you yet, so that's going to be it for today. But I may do regular updates while I'm here, in real time even, and maybe even live. And we'll see what happens, because I'm feeling that life means to risk. To risk! Okay, folks, thanks so much for listening to this short episode today. Hope you're well. And until next time, I will see you on the boards. Take care of yourselves.